moving on to our next thing, I wanted to kind of switch topics and talk a little bit about fitness. Talk about weightlifting. Literally thought of it today. Um, so one thing that I have been doing, because I haven't been working like crazy amount of hours. So I have been able to spend a lot of time working on like fitness, like running in the morning, going to work, coming back, sometimes running again. And we're only talking, I really don't run more. I've never really run more than like 5 miles in a day. So I'm not doing crazy distances because it is pretty hot outside. It's pretty hot outside. But with that being said, I've been uh, going to the gym quite recently. And today I went to the gym, and my schedule currently right now, let me pull it up. Let me see my schedule. So I first had a app called Fitbod, and it's an app which you can kind of have a program built for you. You can say what your goals are, what your weight is. I really like it. Um, you put in all the stuff that you want. Do you want to get put on muscle? Do you want to build strength? Do you want to lean out? Do you want to do cardio? Do you want to rest in between your workouts? How long do you want your workouts? This is all stuff that you can set up. So you have it set up a workout program for you. And you can also program it that um, to have workouts once your muscles are recovered to a certain percentage. And so it takes kind of obviously your first workout, everything's 100%. But let's say you do arms and legs one day, you work out your biceps and your legs as well. Then you are able to go the next day. And on that next day, you're able to kind of see, okay, now I have these two things. This one's 67% recovered. The other one's 53 based on the amount of weight that you pulled in relation to your overall ability, like your 1 rep max, um, to do that. And so it kind of goes over time. Well, once you're like 2, 3 weeks in, um, it's really good because it's like, oh, what did I do 2 days ago? Because sometimes you're not going to be super sore depending on the kind of work that you do. So you can look and be like, it's a Sunday. I'm not really doing anything. I kind of want to work on some stuff that I don't really feel tired with, but maybe I want to do something that has been really recovered because I didn't work on it on a Tuesday 6 days ago super hard. So I don't remember if I did like a lot of like sets till failure and that kind of stuff. So I think it was really good for, and still is really good for, kind of tracking your stuff while you're working out. Because for me, I in the past have not tracked stuff, and also one of the best features about it is that it has 1 rep maxes. So on certain days, sometimes randomly, it will assign a 1 rep max. And also you can change the amount of reps that you do. For if it says do 12 reps of bicep curls of 50 pounds, you can change it to be 15 sets. You can do it, be like, I can do 15 and I go till failure. So then you can change the number. It's not like it says, this is what you do, this is what you do. No, it pulls out a list and it says, these are the exercises you can do. You can replace an exercise. You can completely delete an exercise as well. You can superset exercises. Very cool tool. And so I've been using that for a couple of months. I've done over like 200 exercises with that. I absolutely loved it. And then kind of recently I've been like, there's a couple exercises in there that I would like to start incorporating into my exercise. And also it is kind of difficult to I do use it on my phone, but I also can connect to an Apple Watch as well. And you're able to say, okay, I just did a set. I just did a set. All right, did my full set. And then At the end, you can put, if the exercise was no effort, you could do like 5 to 10 more reps. Easy, you could do like it's like 5 plus reps. Ideal, according to Fitbod, which is like could have done like 2 to 5 more reps. Hard, 1 to 2 more reps, and then max effort is 0 more reps. And so after each full amount of sets, say you have 4 sets of bicep curls. After you finish those 4 sets, you can put down how much it is, and then it can calculate then what your 1 rep max is. And then once you get to the 1 rep maxes, that calculates forward, and then all of the weights of your things will adjust as well. I think it really helped improve my like a lot of compound lifts, such as my squat, and bench press and dumbbell bench press, especially because you're able to see, okay, last month I was able to do 12 reps of 50 pounds. Now I can do 11 of 60. So cool thing. But I have stopped using it because there wasn't some exercises that, or there was exercise in there that were not in there. If you catch what I'm saying, they didn't have all the exercises that I wanted. And also, it is kind of annoying if I'm listening to a YouTube video, like a podcast on YouTube or something, and I can't play it in the background. So every time I finish a set, and I want to say how like difficult it was or something like that, I have to close out of YouTube, put it down, and then go back. It's not a huge thing, but I was just like, I just want to listen to something, be in the zone the whole time, and just get my sets done. So since then, I started doing a workout split and making my own, and then kind of using the things in Fitbod, like those workouts, like some of the things that I didn't think of before were exercises I now can kind of do. So with that being said, here's my current workout split. So I do it Monday through Sunday. Um, Monday I do legs. Not really any focus on which part of the leg. Should I go heavy, light? Doesn't matter. It's kind of whatever I'm feeling. I also try and go for at least an hour in the gym. Tuesday, chest, strictly only chest workouts, no tricep workouts, no arm exercises, nothing. Just pretty much bench press, incline, bench press as well, flies, pec flies with the cables, pec fly machines, pretty much every single chest exercise I can do. Wednesday, shoulders and traps. So that's a lot of for trapezius, the trapezius muscle, the trap, a lot of shrugs and things of that nature. And then with shoulders, lateral raises, shoulder press, pretty much a lot, if not all, of the exercises that I know. A lot of it does come from Fitbod as well. Obviously, I knew about the shoulder press and the lateral raise and stuff like that, but there are some other exercises too that I didn't realize, like a lot of rear deltoid. So right on the back of your shoulder, those kind of exercises I really like doing as well. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, back, probably my favorite day. I think back day is probably my favorite because I like it because it's kind of like a muscle where over time, if I do a really long workout, it's pretty much the one muscle where I don't feel super tired by the end of it, where I can't even do like 1 or 2 reps. Like leg day, especially for me, is something where if I do 10 reps of like 135-pound back squat in the beginning of the workout, I do like 4 sets of that. And then I go back at the end of the thing, I could barely even do like 2 or 3 reps because my legs just get so tired. Most of the times it is because I usually run a lot during the week and usually on that day as well. However, on Fridays, I really don't run because by that time I've already done another leg exercise a couple days later, and also then 1, 2, 3 days later I'm going to do legs again. So on that on the Friday day, I usually tend not to run, whereas pretty much every other day I run. Usually not on the weekends. I don't run. Mostly because of laziness. Mostly because it's hot as well. But with that being said, Friday legs, Saturday, so that's today, biceps and triceps. So this is specifically only arms. A lot of times I'm doing the same exercises over and over and over and over again. But what I like to do is I like to switch it up. So sometimes I do one where I do a bunch of weight and I focus on my form really well, and I go pretty much until failure. And then I cut the weight in half and I do it then until failure. So I'm doing like one thing where I'm doing like 4 or 5 reps, and then another one where I'm doing like 15. And I like that as well because I feel like it's a different way to kind of, because you can change the tempo as well. With the heavy weight, you can try and do as much force as possible, whereas with the lighter weight, try and go slow and steady the whole time. I really like doing that for both the bicep and the tricep as well. And actually today, there is something that I wanted to touch on, but then getting back to the workout split, finally on Sunday is when I do a full body day. So I've only done this like 2 or 3 times. I mean, we're like 3 weeks into June, so I've been doing this pretty much all June. Anything on my body where I feel like I'm not super sore, where I want to kind of work out and try and like anything on my body where I want to get like better improvements, like say I want to start really emphasizing my chest or my shoulders or something like that, then I would do a slight day of that, especially when it comes to chest because I'm doing chest on Tuesdays, and then same thing with legs. I'm doing legs on Monday, but shoulders and that kind of stuff, not too worried about it. Even back exercises as well, not too worried about it because I am going to have a long rest period in between. So if something doesn't feel super sore, um, then I'm most likely going to do an exercise to hit that. Maybe some running as well. I'm more likely to run on a Sunday than I am on a Saturday. And also, it kind of helps because I don't have to be in the gym on a Sunday for 2, 3 hours. I can be there for 30 minutes to an hour. Just a quick in and out thing. It's more of like maintenance for me. And if I want to focus on something specifically, I can do that as well. So that's kind of my workout split right now. And now moving over to what I wanted to talk about is this right over here. So I was doing obviously my biceps and tricep exercises today. And here is the thing that I was able to see. As you can see, I'm looking at W-shaped barbell attachment. That is what I am looking up. And I use this today. They really don't have exactly what it is, but it kind of looks like this. This is kind of what it looks like. You can imagine here on the left. And for those that are listening, I apologize. It looks like a straight bar. It's maybe be 2 feet wide, 2, 3 feet wide, and kind of looks like a W. But it is able to rotate as well, which I really like. So kind of what I like doing with this is I like putting this on a cable and doing multiple exercises with it. So as you can see, moving on to this picture here, here are two bodybuilders. You might know the guy over here on the left, but if here's where I want to focus on the hand placement. This is the same bar. As you can see, it's got that W shaped, but Arnold has his hands on the outside edge of it. And if you go back to this, imagine this in this image over here on the left, and on the outer side part of it, you're able to pull from there with the uh, edges of it, I guess you would call it, the place where your hands are. Your hands are pointed pretty much at a 45-degree angle out from the center of your body. So you're not going inwards at all, kind of directly up. So if you were to continue that line out, you'd be raising your arms instead of lowering. So that's kind of how the bar would be placed. for to work the bicep. And I really liked it because I did it with a cable and I was able to do multiple kind of movements with it, and I really really liked it because you can also do this other one where it's not this one isn't the same kind of bar, but if you do look at it, you can kind of see how the hands are inside, and now they're at a different at the same angle as they were on the outside, but they're just closer together, and that's more of a traditional type of bicep curl, or it feels more natural, definitely. But with the other one, I like how I feel it more on the outside of my bicep, which I will talk about right now. So, looking at the bicep, you have the short head and the long head. So, in terms of now, I don't know if this actually hits the long head at all, but I do feel it when I have my hands on the outside edge of that W shaped attachment, whatever it is. I feel it more on the long head of the bicep than when I'm on the inside. I feel that much more on the short head. That one I definitely feel much more on the short head, whereas the other one, it sort of feels like it's on the long head. I'm not super able to do it, but take that same approach and apply it opposite. So you hold the thing the opposite way, and instead of pulling up, you're actually pushing down. You're doing a tricep push down. Same same exact thing. Uh, Obviously, the hand placement will be the opposite. So you're actually taking the attachment and flipping it upside down and using it the uh, same way when you're on the outside. So instead of having it pointing up, you're going to have pointing down so that your hands can be angled down for when you push it down. And I really like that for my triceps. I was able to really feel that, especially on the outside, on the outer edge. I was able to feel that. And then once I changed my grip and I got closer together, I was definitely able to feel that on the inside. I loved it as a tricep exercise where I was going further out and then brought it back in, further out and brought it back in. Really big fan of that. And so that's a cool thing that you can do. And it's only one attachment. And there's 4 different exercises that you can do. And for my arms, I probably spent like 20-25 minutes just doing workouts on that. And it really, really felt good on my arms.